All right, I'm going to try to keep this under 10 minutes. This is actually a story about my dad smoking, but it is funny at the end. You just got to hang with me. So he started smoking at 11 years old. Yeah. He started smoking at 11 years old, and he would grow up in the 50s, so it was like part of the cool, you know, and that the other thing. I had a little stint. I was smoking. I don't know why. But I smoked a little bit in college, a little bit. Yeah, like White Owl, sorry. Marble Lights, and then before that I was doing Camels. I don't know why. I just did it for maybe, I don't know, a couple of weeks, whatever, but it was horrible. And, oh, I do it because I take tequila. That's right. I take a shot of tequila. Oh, my God. And then I would smoke. That's right. I keep on forgetting. Pepe Lopez. The best $5 tequila money could buy. Hey, Bev. Anyhow, neither here nor there. Once again, I should get a shirt. Yeah, he started smoking at 11. Smoked on the service. He smoked when he got married still. And then he stopped smoking when he was working at the plant at Dana. And things were going well. Things were going really well. And so he wasn't smoking for 24 3/4 years. And I was watching Discover, and I used to watch all kinds of science. And I used to actually get the magazine too. And on TV, and they said, like, if somebody stops smoking after so many years, their bronchial tubes will actually recover at 12, 13 years. I don't know what it was. I'm like, Dad, your bronchial tubes are all better now. You know, you're better now. Well, you know, at the same time, unfortunately, he lost his job at the plant. So smoking started again. And that was his one vice. And there weren't even really... And those fucking sons of bitches. And yeah, I used the F word. They made it so damn addictive for people to try to get off of it. It was worse than people said than heroin. And they kept on mixing it, and they kept on mixing it, and they kept on mixing it, and they kept... I hope they all fry in hell forever. One time I had a vape company ask me actually to add them to my LinkedIn. This was a while back. And I did by accident because I didn't read what it was. I went... and I rebutted, and I ripped the shit out of them. I go, I cannot believe you think that you're selling this product and you're helping people, blah, 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 this, that, you know, everything. And I know quitting smoking is incredibly, incredibly addictive. And actually, as I go through dating apps and stuff, I see people that smoke, they're casually smoke. They're like, oh, I casually smoke. And I'm like, I completely understand the habit, and it's incredibly hard to quit, but I'm definitely allergic. And I get migraines like nobody's business. So, anyhow, anytime I went to a drag race, my dad was smoking. And I got on him for it. And then anytime he was in the garage, I got on him for it. And he used to go to the bathroom downstairs. And he used to think we didn't know he smoked. And the whole bathroom just reeked of smoke. It had green wallpaper and everything, because everything's green, you know, back then. And it was kind of faded in the corners. You could see, like, the smoke. He's like, you could tell that? You could tell that? Anytime he walked into that bathroom, we're like, really, Dad? So, and what he ended up smoking first was the White Owl miniatures. And I wrote about that a little bit. Me and my sister Renee, we used to go up to Convenient with a letter when you're 8 or 9, 10, whatever, 11. And it said, please let Renee Berg, or please let Kevin Berg and Renee Berg buy cigarettes for Harvey S. Berg. You know, and everybody knew him there and everything. He cashed checks and stuff. There's like, they were really cool with us. But, so he got done smoking those, and he smoked basics and whatever kind of was free. Basic, almost money free. And then he'd get them. And then I'd have no problem with him because, you know, he was highly stressed. And so he's in the car, you know, he had a little wing window open, you know, in the van. And I don't know what, fourth painting gauntlet of vans. I don't know. Was it I think they called the nun bus, because it was a church bus before. And it had like 8,000 seats, and he took it out. So, but before that, he had another van, and they always had a little wing window, so he'd always smoke out there, you know. And like, and then he's always smoking when he was cleaning up his paint guns. He had Penetrol, he had paint thinner, he had every single toxic thing you would know. He's got like a cigarette, he's got ash. He's like mixing the Penetrol and cleaning out the paint nozzles and put it all back together. And I'm like, this same guy who welded next to we had a grinder right next to our gas tanks though too. Anyhow, so he couldn't quit. He couldn't quit. He tried, he couldn't quit. Then he did quit. Like I said, he quit. Then he started up again. And then I knew he'd never quit. Okay, but this is a happy story, so I'm not going to go down that road right now. I still wish I should have took, and this is kind of morbid, but I should have took a video of when he coded out. His eyes were in the back of his head, unfortunately. And he wasn't there because he completely struck out. I should have took that video to show people what smoking does. Because I'll never get that image out. And if I could save one person from doing that, just one person. Okay, anyhow, this is going to be a happy story. So, kind of happy. So anyways, we're at the drag strip one time. And I'm walking with him, and he burned me on one hand. I was walking with him. And we're walking, not really close, but kind of close. And then so he switches hands, and he burns me on the other hand. And I'm like, damn it, Dad. Enough with the damn smoking. He's like, leave me alone, leave me alone. We're at a drag strip. There's fumes everywhere. There's rubber everywhere. People, people are going hot lap. They're going through the pits at speed, and you always on me, and Mom's always on me, and everybody's always on me for smoking. And I was like, fine, whatever, And we both suffered from migraines, so that was really great too, on top of everything else. So at the end of the day, they had like the last round, and we were just waiting around. They oiled the track, and waiting around, oil the track, and then they got to put on the cat litter, then they got to put on the speedy dryer, then they got to sweep it off, then they got to make sure it adheres right, and it doesn't, it's tacky still, and then so Dad's like, come on. So we're actually at the starting line, and I have no idea to this day why it was up there. So I'm looking around, and of course he pops a cigarette, and he's like, no, excuse me, he's like this. And it comes out his nose, whatever. That's the expression on my face when I saw this. I was like, there was 20 or 30 55-gallon drums of nitromethane. Nitromethane is basically an explosive, and that's what they use to go down the drag strip with for nitro cars. It is very explosive shit. There's like 55-gallon drums of it, and my dad's about ready to go. And right before he did it, I just grabbed his neck. I went like this with his head. I grabbed his shoulders and I went, and he was like, so I've never seen my dad do this, but he actually put it out in his hand. But his hands were all cut up anyways for the fact, so he didn't have that much nerve cells left. But he actually just like, and I'm like, He's like, son, we could have been blown up. I'm like, Dad, I told you smoking's going to kill you one way or another, man. All right, so that's my story. That's it.